what is happening. These are your A-list celebrities. A-list, I'm not talking of B-list. The people you honor and you worship, but they cannot afford to talk about our country on their pages because they don't want the people that will sponsor them, will give them job, will give them an endorsement. They don't want a dent on their own image or their pages. But I saw
people sharing Penkeleme's house. Penkele, Minister of Power. Adelabu don't get money since. He don't take. Even me, when I get property for it, by the way I won't sell, na Penkele I go say make them talk to, make it come by. That man don't pay. Long time. And there is no way you can build that kind of house in 2 years. Developers, you don't know. So that guy, when you know the sharing house, now he work for that money. Well, he's our minister now. Well, he's lucky to be minister, but the guy don't pay. No be like our governor for other place where they don't get anything, where everything where they declare for their asset declaration are the thing where they won't buy when they reach there. Some people for their asset declaration, then they put properties where they won't buy when they reach governor. EFCC, you need to open your eye, shine your eye where. Asset declares, so many governors declare what they don't have because they know, say once they reach that position, then go make pay to go and buy it. Asset declaration and code of conduct. I sent a letter asking for few people asset declaration forms. What they declared. Up till today, code of conduct, they are still not cooperating with me. So code of conduct, if you are not cooperating with us asking for their asset declaration, that means you are encouraging corruption. Because everybody saw my letter to code of conduct about Wike, about Ekiti governor, about 1 or 2, 3 governors. Up till now, they haven't allowed me to have access to their asset declaration. But on this Penkeleme, so Adelabu, Minister of Power, I know the guy. He even get property way big past the one where you know they share now. He's loaded, he's hardworking, he is truly Penkele. And to be honest with this government, let me be honest with you, light situation is getting better. In band A, band B, light is getting better. Problem of 30, 40 years can be solved in just months or years. It takes time. Okay? Code of conduct, release waiting I don't ask for. When I come home, now your place we go protest.
And then Tinubu is traveling. Harry, good morning, trenches. Everybody wake up. Oh. Tinubu is traveling. With the amount of hunger and insecurity, the president is gallivanting. The president is moving up and down. Nobody can advise him. If it's not in Brazil, it's in Nigeria campaigning. There's nothing like governance. See the minister for power, be not be electricity, this one they do. See the mansion he flaunted just 2 years into office. EFCC now go sit down and go ask questions. All of you are mad. The other day, school children host call they beg, make kidnappers don't kill them. Please go and borrow from us. School children. These are videos that are heartbreaking and it comes out on a daily. Instead of the government to do something, they rather gallivant. And when they have time, campaign. And some swines, some people will go help me squeeze, or go help me shake as this road say they shake me. Go help them, they back the campaign, they clap, your hands will break. All of your hands will break. Here say one branch Dubai. Go to pause at Dubai and continue to Brazil. The devil will pause all of you. The same Dubai that banned your citizens have been open now. We can't even go to Dubai. We can no longer. They see your citizens as trash. So we pass at Dubai and continue your journey. They pay me when I see people from. See, you see all of you that support wickedness. You see all of you where they support this nonsense. I swear, you all will live to regret your decisions. So go bite on a finger, die. Slaves, that's what you all are. See this one now, he's gonna use 3.6 trillion. He's going to use 3.6 trillion to rehabilitate the bridge. I will use 3.8 trillion to rebuild the bridge. These guys don't rate us. They pay me because the youths have not decided. They youths just decide. So you say this madness we are ending it today. And those states all your own. Lagos all your own. Kaduna all your own. Everybody stand up. See, the country will change. The country will change. That's when the people that they talk about. The power in the people is greater than the people in power. They just know now why they put fear for our body. They know say we gather, it's over. Game over. The other one come that day, he needs 700 and something billion to rehabilitate and to rebuild airports. Billion, trillion. Oh, you're making show for our body for where we are not even looking like people that are worth a penny. What a broken nation. Nigeria youth, wake up! Tinubu has traveled again, but check the news today. Peter Obi got the trend. The one who is on ground trying to help in his own little personal way. We beat the news for today. He has done something so bad and unforgivable. Nigerians should reject him. God will reject all of you. Goats. Kai! Now fight go fit save this country.
My name is just Adetu. So I want to quickly share a testimony this morning, and I want to use it as a wake-up call to interest, to action, and to commitment. So, first of all, let me thank Almighty God for saving me. Do you know that sometimes ago, like some few months ago, I suddenly started having this very strange headache. This headache can go on for like 20 to 25 minutes. And as a specialist in nutrition, I definitely know what to do and everything. And then I did everything, and then this symptom was still persistent. So at that point, my first call of contact is always health center. So I went to my health center in Obalende Ikoyi. And because they know me as, this woman, everything must be to standard though, they didn't even call the doctors on duty. They had to call the medical director. The man came because I had an issue with him before concerning, fueling these clinics so that when people come there, there will always be light. How can you be running a health center without light? And they always do everything possible to make sure that that health center is super standard, not standard, super standard. So anytime there's anything, I go there. So the medical director came, attended to me, asked me a few questions and all of that. And the next thing the man said, "Madam, this headache, we need to do an MRI checkup." So he referred me to go and do a scan. I went to a diagnosis center and I did the scan, and then they came out. Then they referred me to a hospital. They gave me prescriptions, they gave me medications. If you see the heavy dose, one antibiotic that they prescribed for me cost 500 and something thousand. I had to start, even to get the medication was hell. Eventually we got it, and then I started using it. Now this is my point. They now told me that I will use this medication for about 2 weeks, but I'm going to have a surgery. A surgery that they have to, dig into my brain and all of this. I don't live in Nigeria, and I live in Nigeria. And, everybody knows me that I am too passionate about my motherland. Like I always say, you can be a citizen of any country, but you cannot be, your motherland is still your motherland. So I obeyed. And then I went back to my home base, United Kingdom. And then I went to the hospital. I went for a checkup. I took all the tests I did. I took all the x-ray. I took everything. And I took it there. Do you know that by the time they did the examination, they did checkups, they booked me in immediately because they saw everything that came out from the doctor's report. Ladies and gentlemen, Nigerian citizens, I didn't need a brain surgery. They only gave me a spray to use. And since I used that spray, ladies and gentlemen, fellow citizens of Nigeria, I have been okay. This headache that will come and always make me run mad for like 20 minutes disappeared. Now, what am I trying to say? Our health system needs an overall overhaul and upgrade. Medical doctors in Nigeria are thriving, surviving, and exploiting the ignorance. If if I didn't have another option to travel abroad? Thank God some of us are overblessed and some of us are opportune. But we are not greedy about the fact that only we have the opportunity to go to a second country to check. That is why we are screaming and shouting that we need to fix our own. Because you don't know where anything will catch up with you. But I noticed that when you talk, some people will start calling you all sort of names to shut up, and they are the ones that are badly affected. It was this exercise, when I was prepping for this exercise, that made me to start doing early morning walk. I wanted to check my competence, my fitness. Brain surgery is not something that is easy. So the doctor even said, start to do some exercise, start to gather some energy. That was where I met the girl that I called the mother out for abusing her own child. And Nigerians were like, this is how we were brought up. This is how you were brought up. But a lot of you who had that experience growing up are in America and in Canada and in Banana. You are in Lekki. Your children are going to private schools. Does it mean that we are selective of the kind of people that change or blessings should come to? I grew up like this. Does it mean that our children should grow up like this? Ignorance. Our health system needs immediate attention. And one thing I also realized, everybody knows that Just Adetong is an activist, but a lot of people don't know me as a professional person. 99% of the people that run to my DM, I'm not going to mention names. I have had situations where people will start calling me in the middle of the night. Just Adetong, help us. So is happening. These are your A-list celebrities. A-list, I'm not talking of B-list. The people you honor and you worship, but they cannot afford to talk about our country on their pages because they don't want the people that will sponsor them, will give them job, will give them an endorsement. They don't want a dent on their own image or their pages. But I, Just Adetong, I have received dent, denture, insult, all sorts of names on my pages. And look at me, I am a victim of the same situation that I'm shouting and crying about. Just a few days ago, a celebrity called me. Just Adetong, where are you? My mother had issues. I took her to general hospital. If you see the way they treated me, I need to treat their fuck up. I told him, send me the complaint, send me the picture, send me the name of the hospital. We'll take action. Why don't we understand that anybody can be a victim? Whether I'm the president's daughter, whether I'm the Senate president's cousin, whether my uncle is a trillionaire, whether my brother is in politics, does not matter. A lot of you people in this country, you are enablers. A lot of you people think because I am connected to the government, I should not call out the government. The government is not my health. The government is not my safety. Even the government people who go about in ambulances with security, with mopos, they also find themselves in situations that they still need the system to function for them. We are talking about asking for what is ours. Now look at what is going on in this country. The government is trying to make it a one-party state so that you and I will be relevant. We can stop talking and stop shouting. It is whatever they decide within themselves that matters. Meaning that our voice has become too much for them. And we are here fighting each other, assaulting each other, calling each other names, bullying each other, trolling each other on our pages where we are supposed to be one with one spirit. And we should understand that we are talking about our country, not my uncle, not my brother, not my husband, not your wife who is a politician. What if I had done that surgery and something had happened to me? Please and please, the reality of our pain is very, very true. The fact that some of us live abroad, or because we are rich, or because we are blessed, or because we are connected, does it mean? Sometimes we have to come so low to ask for what belongs to us. It cost me 532,000 per tablet. How many people can afford that? And I went back to my country. Let me even bring what they gave me. This is what they gave me to use. And I didn't need a surgery. I didn't need it. But we all know how antibiotics is abused in this country. We all know how pharmaceuticals make money in this country. Please and please, I want to beg you. Let us stop fighting ourselves. Randy Peters is calling for electoral reform, calling names, calling some people. Those people are not even as important as you. They only seem that they are important because they are celebrated, because they have dignified their status. But you are the ones who push their status to wherever it is. It is about you and me. Not about pastor this or celebrity this or king this or senator this. Please, I am begging you people. We have been talking, we have been shouting, regardless of all the insults, because we understand the reality. We are still doing it. Nigeria is our own. Politicians will always, that is their own institution, where they will do anything to upgrade to get to the peak of their career. The peak of your own career is to ensure that what is yours gets to you. It is your fundamental right. Our country needs to be good. Our health system needs to be restructured. People are dying because of lack of medical amenities, exploitation, ignorance. It can be you tomorrow. The same Just Adeton that has been speaking has become a victim. You also can become a victim tomorrow. It is your country, our motherland.
Nigerians, we cannot continue like this. So waiting be the lessons where we they learn from all of these cases of injustice recently with all this airport wahala now involving this lady Oni Bomb Air from Uyo to Lagos. Some people they call her Kwam 2 because you know say Kwam 1 happened few days ago. Although her real name is Miss Comfort, according to charge sheets where they carry her go court before they remand her for Kirikiri prison. Because for me, Peter, as a person, when some of these things happen, I decide to hold on. Because I have come to the observation, say a lot of us as Nigerians, we prefer to talk about a problem than working hard to getting the solution. So when issues of injustice happen, naturally everybody go vex, emotion and sentiments. We go talk and then everybody go quiet. Then we wait for the next injustice again. Then we take the same action again, rinse and repeat with no end in sight. But the truth of the matter is, as a country, we cannot continue like this. All these issues must propel us to take action. Because selective justice in itself is injustice. All of us as Nigerians, we just they wait for turn by turn Nigeria PLC. So waiting be some of the lesson where we fit learn from this incident. There is no substitute for building a strong and efficient administration of criminal justice system. A system that is able to hold everybody accountable regardless of your status or public role on the same basis of the law without fear or favor. If we fail to do so, everybody is just a potential victim waiting for your turn. Remember, say, Oga Dele Faro Timi bin don write book, Nigeria and its criminal justice system, where they even arrest and carry and go Ado Ekiti, put them for prison. Some people say, na this, some say, na this. My people, there is no substitute for fixing that criminal justice system because no one person can give another person justice. The institutions must be strong enough to dispense justice. If not, it is injustice for all. So look at the typical scenario where happened between this K1 and K2 miscomfort. For Kwam 1 case, they said the liquid, you were not even supposed to take it into the flight in the first place. But due to the failure of the system, maybe because of your personality, you found your way into the aircraft. When they get there, they say, make you drop them. According to the statement where they release, they say you argued and struggled until you spill the content of the alcohol. You pour them for the attendant's body, which was an offense. And then when you come down from the aircraft, you willfully obstruct, go stand for front of aircraft, obstructing the plane from flying and putting the lives of more than 100 people where did that aircraft at risk. And there is clear law and punishment for that. But what was the consequence? Now attendants, they beg and they try to persuade, make you come out. Even when they move, you come this side, you go come this side. At the end, they say you don't release apology video. Even government officials for this APC government, they tell Nigerians, say to err is human, make them forgive. Nobody say forgiveness no good though. But since forgiveness has become the legal consequence for that offense, let us see how we apply the forgiveness moving forward. So the case of bomb air don't happen now. Waiting being own offense. They say put phone on a switch off phone. You say you put on flight mode or whatever is the allegation. They say you slap and assaulted an attendant, which are offenses and also needs to be punished and treated with the same law. But what again was the response? Physical assault. pulling the woman out of the aircraft. If you watch the video, you go see say somebody even probably intentionally tore the shirt to expose the person's body, and then they posted online. Humiliated the person, brought the person out, and then you bundle and put for car. That same day, you take before magistrate. That same day, remanded before in a maximum security prison. That same day, airline operatives of Nigeria issue indefinite ban for that person. For K1, they put for further investigation. For K2, comfort, indefinite ban on the same day. No further investigation. There has to be enough is enough, according to Minister of Aviation. Nigerian leaders, this is shameful. We cannot have different standards for different people. As a country, why they no give the girl phone, make she self-record apology, quickly put for Nigerians, since to err is human, make we apply forgiveness in all cases. If on a normal situation, even if the air attendants they were assaulted, which of course they need justice for themselves, nobody should argue that. Was the response legitimate? That body where the air hostess they use, they stop them from going, they stop the girl from going out. Was there a need for it? It is because the institutions that should do their job will not do it in Nigeria. They are inefficient. On a normal day, once you know that there is a person of concern on the flight in a society that is working, the easy thing is to radio them at the airport. The law enforcement will be standing by. As the plane comes to a complete stop, the law enforcement will just step in, ask for who is the... Everybody hold on, madam, you need to be questioned, and they take you out to avoid chaos and anarchy. But in Nigeria, we use illegality to cure illegality. So they need to harass you, beat you, and then take you to a court, then remand you before a prison. Nigeria, as I did so, as me and you did so, you are just one court order from spending another 2-3 months of your life in prison. Once nobody person no like me and you get the power, resources, and connection, take me before a magistrate court who already, a judge will get standing order. They go remand me. If they bring you tomorrow, they say they adjourn. They bring you, they say court, no, sit down, adjourn. Before you know, you don't spend 3 months in a prison on offenses you may know nothing about or frivolous charges. This is not the way a country will go. We must fix our judicial and criminal justice system. We cannot continue to have a situation where people will commit offenses brazenly, cavalier in their impunity, and the law cannot hold them to account. But when it comes to another person, everybody head go stand. They go no say they get law. Ori buruku lenshe. Ori buruku lenshe Nigeria. There is no substitute. I take God beg now. We must come together and be inspired to collectively fight for justice for ourselves. If not, we just wait for turn by turn Nigeria PLC. Nigerians, selective justice is injustice. Nigerian leaders, we must strengthen our administration of criminal justice system. What is good for the geese is good for the gander. Congratulations, K1 and K2. To err is human for K1. To Kirikiri prison for K2. Come for.
Go look it up. A very prominent Ejebu family. But unfortunately, unfortunately, the Iragbiji, supposed allegedly Iragbiji drug addict, who no one is really sure if he's a Nigerian anyway. So if you are, you know what I mean now. So if you are not on the same page with the druggist Tinubu, the slaves, the sewage dwellers, the touts, the what do you call it, the miseducated morons that are parading themselves as his supporters and what have you, who ordinarily are not even handful enough. They are not enough to make him president. So you're right. They are the same people that look at the northerners most of the time. And they say it openly. And that's what Baba Sholawa is referring to them. You are inconsequential, you this illiterate, all this northerner illiterates, all this, you this northerners. And they say it to their faces. Because to them, Tinubu is one great strategist. Sorry, I don't know who this person is talking to. Is there anybody there with a spanner? I just see somebody called Tipex too. I've not seen that person on this platform before. So, no, Tipex, I don't know who you are talking to. But next time, try and possibly put a name towards it. So I automatically believe that you are directing that to me. And because of that, after we remove you from here, follow me, and that's why when you want to write or type in that comment section, it is ideal for you to probably phrase it very well so that I can know if it's for me or not. Because when I see it, I automatically believe it's for me. Wa shonku ma won to ni eni lowo ni o shongbon sin. Wa shonku ma won to ni lowo bayi ni o. All of you who are hiding behind whatever is called a keypad in order to help them, like troll people on social media in defense of these criminals, ma shankule yo kokon bayi ni. Ìjọ tí ọjọ́ ayọ̀ yín bá ti ń kọ̀ lábáyìí, wọ́n á máa gbé yín gbìn bí iṣu ni, one by one. Òfò lẹ máa ṣe o tọmọtọmọ o. And àmì ló yẹ kó ṣe, kò yẹ kó argue, because o fẹ́ kàn wúlò. You know what I mean now? But let's continue. So it's not so wrong. To them, Tinubu is such a very, very, you know what I mean now? Tinubu is such a very powerful politician. He's so brainy. He's but yet, they strongly knows that without this supposed northern rogues who are able to probably feel like they would have something out of it, decided to rig him, falsify figures for him, but they regret it. That's one good thing. That's the cap. They regret it, as many of you are regretting whatever it is that you conjured in your warped mind that made you believe that Tinubu built Lagos and is going to come and do something about Nigeria. You will regret it if you are not already. All right? And my own prayer on the side is that may push on for 8 years. Because now, if they remove him in 2027, a lot of people will be saying that he laid the foundation for you. He laid the foundation for you. Which foundation? So maybe do 8 years, because they will say, oh, yeah, it started the reform. That's why somebody else came in and he changed. No. That's what they said when Fashola took over. Nobody can point to any legacy project of Tinubu anywhere. Nobody can say, oh, yeah, I read somewhere they said that he renovated Teslim Balogun Stadium. Right. What is exact legacy project in Lagos State? How many roads? How many kilometers of road did he construct around that time? How many new schools did he build? Hospitals and the stuffs like that, right? Oh yeah, he established extortionist ring where they just like order, and he increased. They said he increased their what do you call it? The IGR. That's a success. And Olori Brook Mashanfani Dede. But yeah, let's continue with this man who regretted his own association with the druggie, and now is in the camp of those who want to get rid of the druggie himself. Kolu.
I mean, in your own mind, you think that it will, after Buhari, your friend, for 8 years, power shouldn't shift to the other side, and fairly speaking to another 8 years. Those are the arguments of some Nigerians who think fairness is only if power, and that's the reason why your very good friends Peter Obi and Rotimi Amechi said,
and Bola Tinubu must include him.
Is Bola Tinubu still your friend?
Yes, of course.
Your former friend or your present friend?
We are friends. We've not had a conference to dissolve it. He offended me, and he's full of himself, and he thinks that because he's now so-called president.
Is he so-called or is he the president?
So-called.
That's the president of the Federal Republic.
I believe he didn't win the election.
What makes you think so? Because you supported Peter Obi?
Yes.
So that's why you think...
The results available to us at that time believe he didn't win the election.
But the court says otherwise.
The court, of course, you know who they are.
The court stands for justice.
Yeah, the court stands for justice in court.
So you don't believe in the courts?
I believe in the courts. What can you do? They are there. They are supposed to do their duties. They are doing their duties. It's not about believing.
So if you don't believe Bola Tinubu won the election, the court in the first, I mean, the result at the poll says he won. The court in the first instance says he won. Yes. The court in the second instance says he won.
Yes, but the facts on the ground said he didn't win.
Who now won? Atiku?
Peter Obi won that election.
That came third?
According to the result that was announced. Not according to the true results.
So how do you determine who won an election?
We have the data now. Look, we had monitors on the field. We had agents on the field. We collected our data. We know our results. We know the results that were coming in from the field. We can see clearly the point at which they were altered. We can see clearly, you know.
Was it altered in Anambra? Was it altered in Abia? Was it altered in Enugu? Peter Obi won landslide. He won over 90% of the votes in that region.
Yes.
He beat Bola Tinubu in Lagos.
Yes.
He had huge votes in the North
It doesn't
Central.
mean there are no states where election was conducted. There are. You know, when you do rigging, junk it and move on. Until another fight comes, I face it.
So this, your antagonism and criticism of Bola Tinubu is personal.
It's not personal. I wish.
So he's a guy who confidently said and still saying that Obi won the election. And there are many, many people who believe so too. The allocation of figures and all that happened, the switch off of the, what do you call that thing again? IREF. And so many other nonsense that took place that time, which was really, really deliberate. All right. So there are those who are still convinced that if Tinubu didn't win, and I'm one of them. Yeah, I am one of them. It didn't win any election. It didn't. In fact, despite the fact that they had their rigging here and there, Tinubu didn't score up to 1.5 million votes overall in all over Nigeria. Tinubu did not, including Lagos. So inside Lagos, he scored 145,000. Sorry, 145,000. That's how much he scored in Lagos. His real vote in Lagos that day, 145,000 something. The entire Lagos. In Rivers State, his entire score in Rivers State is less than 87,000. The total vote they give him for Rivers is less than 87,000. All over Nigeria, Tinubu didn't score up to 1.5 million votes. Genuine. But you see, when you see the Ronukus, we'll beat you because they believe that they can write the result. It will use the power of incumbency. They are calling the bluff of those who wrote the figures for him, those who cooked the fake result for him from the northwest, northeast, and northwest, northeast, because Bitobi won the north central, of course. Yeah. So those who cooked the figures for him are now calling them Aboki. Interesting, yeah. They are calling them like illiterates. You this northern Tifunu doesn't need your votes. Una the thing say you're not too important. Una the thing say you are this or that. From Ronukus that couldn't gather 200,000 votes for Tinubu in Lagos, that he was a landlord of. So Ronuku is telling you that 2027 like this now about 40 million votes Tinubu go get. From where? They go right up. But the problem now is that it will need to see have some of his friends in the north on his side. Right? When I say on his side, it's not because they have to do the rigging for him. It is just that they have to be on his side when the rigging is carried out. So Tinubu is expected to change Mahmoud Yakubu to a Yoruba man or somebody that is Yoruba, but is not in the current demography of Yoruba land. It's going to probably come from, partly maybe Delta, partly Edo or Kogi or somewhere. We shall go find someone somewhere with a Yoruba kind of ancestry. They will make him your INEC chairman. Because Tinubu knows that what they did with Jega in 2015, there is a chance. And I say Jega and what is his name? Jonathan. So there is a chance that Tinubu won't take that risk. And if he does take that risk, then we can conclude that his end is actually near. I'm not saying that lightly, right? Here about the ADC coalition, he has more to say. Listen to this part.
Indeed.
What is this grassroots? The story is long. Been here with you
to discuss with that. I mean, we were supposed to talk about opposition politics, but I mean, sometimes you just get engrossed in trying to learn from other people's experience. Now that you have moved into the ADC, what are your people saying in the north about Tinubu?
I as a person, had looked at the north, I looked at the problems, and I looked at the fact that solution to the problems can only be possible if you have the instruments of power and coercion. If you don't control the military, there's no way you can coerce them into doing the right thing with insurgency and bandits, whatever name we like to call them. So it is important that we get the instruments of power as Northerners in the hands of somebody who understands the issues facing us and who will face it headlong and bring a solution to it. That is my position. Now, to do that, we had a group of people who started meeting with like minds. How do we approach this? What is the issue? What are the issues? So we call this Nigerian People's Consultative Political Forum, North, in which almost every significant northern politician that is not in government attends our meetings. The idea is we get together, we bring unity to this North. There's disunity among us, and we analyze what is meant by this disunity among us, what are the causes, how do we ameliorate them, and then so we agreed that we must vote en bloc. If we don't vote en bloc, we will not be able to achieve our goals.
So that's the agreement now.
That's our understanding of the way to go. Now, whoever it is that will eventually emerge, we will only support somebody that understands the problems facing the North, and will present them to him.
Either the person is a northerner or a southerner. Or have you decided?
Even if he's from heaven.
Have you made any decision about who you are going to be?
No, me as a person.
No, I'm saying your group.
No. Eventually, we just decided, of course, that we can only pursue this if we are in one solid political party, and we all agree this political party can only be.
All right, guys, welcome back to Prospect Channel TV. Thank you for always coming out here. May God bless you all. So now they here, when I don't see wetin dey happen for this country, it don't too much. They keep on lying to us. In fact, everything about them na lie. You no go fit see get one single truth from these people. And now the question now be say, now so we go dey do, just like Nigerians are asking. Now yeah, go drop this matter for you. I beg, share your thoughts, like, and don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Share this video. Thank you.